All right, welcome. It's Monday night. So glad you're here. If you changed your clocks on Saturday night like we did, so I know there's a couple states that don't, but most of us probably did. You might be a little tired tonight. Losing an hour always takes me a couple days to get used to. I feel like every spring. Of course, you're probably here though because sleep is an ongoing struggle for you or for someone you love. So, tonight's class, Better Sleep with Essential Oils. Sleep is a huge issue in our busy lives, right? It seems to be such a just a common topic of conversation. You hear it every day. I'm so tired. I wish I could take a nap. I need more caffeine, something in the afternoon. But you struggle to fall asleep or stay asleep, and then you feel exhausted during the day. We all want to sleep soundly. I love this picture of this cute little dog. That's why I use this one. We want to sleep soundly like this cute little dog, right? But it's not working so well for us. So the good news is there are essential oils that really work, and you don't get the drowsy side effects like you do with a lot of over-the-counter drugs or the crash like you get from too much caffeine. So that's what I'm going to be talking about tonight. So this is a fun one. And if you notice, if you've never been on Zoom before, you will have a chat box. So you can find that. Feel free to type into your screen. So I do have everyone muted just so we don't have a lot of background noise. But find the chat box, put in your question. If you have a question, someone else is probably thinking it too. So please feel free and ask away. If I don't see it right away, I will definitely get to it before we wrap up tonight. Okay, so hang on till the end of class too, because I'm going to give you a limited time special offer. So some freebies for you. We all love free stuff, so make sure and hang on for that. All right, so I always like to start with a quick introduction, just so you know a little about me and why I'm so passionate about holding these webinars every week and teaching on essential oils. I'm Angie Jones. I'm a health coach and essential oil educator with doTERRA. And this is a picture of my family, kind of the one I've been using on my webinars lately. It's the most recent kind of family picture we have. My husband and my 8-year-old triplets, who I can hear running around. I'm crossing my fingers that they're staying off their iPads like I've asked, so they don't take all the wireless internet that I need. But they're pretty good, pretty cute kids. So they are definitely why I do this, and a lot of my inspiration for finding more natural solutions. And I've been using doTERRA essential oils for 3 years now. I was introduced to them from a friend of mine, and I started out skeptical, but I was really excited after learning everything I did in the class that I went to. So I started using them. And, after about a month or so, we had such great results, both with my kids, myself, my husband, that we were really kind of all in as a family and really switched over. And I decided to start sharing them and, bringing doTERRA into my business. Now I've got my kids and my husband all excited. And that's why I love to talk about these and do these webinars, because I feel like everybody needs to know. I've got my son using lavender every night. So he's got his own bottle. So I'll talk about that a little bit more too. I can't wait to share these oils that really help with sleep with you, because I know they're going to make a difference. So let's get to it. All right. So I want to set the stage a little bit before we jump right into the oils. If you're feeling exhausted all day, you probably know these side effects really well, but I want to cover them really quickly just to reiterate how vitally important sleep is. When you're not getting enough sleep, your productivity, your ability to make decisions, ability to think clearly, they're all reduced dramatically. So we can think staying up late and getting work done is actually a sign of work ethic, right? But it really backfires. You're going to be able to get the work done so much more quickly when you're well rested. And I know I have a busy life too, so it's easy to say and it's harder to follow through on. When life gets hectic, everything feels like a fire drill, but honestly, try prioritizing your sleep and see how your life changes, because you will be able to make better decisions and your productivity really will be better. So some other unwanted side effects of too little sleep Your body doesn't get the time it needs to cleanse and repair. This is a big deal. There are really important rebuilding and cleansing activities that go on as you sleep. Your organs are working really hard, and you need that time to rest. You need that time to restore, recharge. Your metabolism is rebuilt as you sleep, so that's really important. You need your body to deal with toxins and remove waste. Those processes that your organs, like your kidneys and your liver, are meant to do and are working on while you sleep. Your immune system also needs that time to build up. That's really important. What about weight loss? That is such a hot topic and something we're going to be focusing on in the cleanse. But I have the group cleanse that's beginning next Monday, the 20th. You can struggle with weight maintenance and losing weight when you're not well rested. They're closely tied, partly because your hormonal system really gets thrown off. You have leptin, that's your satiating hormone. It tells your body that you're full. And then you have another hormone called ghrelin, which is your hunger hormone. And when you're not rested, these two really just get out of whack, and you get this huge release of ghrelin, which makes you hungry and craving carbs and sugar. And of course, sugar is the worst for our waistlines. But your body knows that it's a source of quick energy, so you crave it. Have you ever noticed that when you're tired, that you're craving more sugar, or maybe you have a harder time with self-control around sweets? So start to notice that when you're in the afternoon, that's when you want to go for something sweet. It's like your body's craving that quick energy source. I know I definitely notice that when I'm overtired. That's usually when I'm using the Slim and Sassy metabolic oil a little bit more than usual. But start to notice that, because it does really have an effect. In the long term, your mood is affected by lack of sleep too. Depression can even result. Again, it's a hormonal thing, right? Things just really get out of whack. Sleep is important. And your memory is negatively impacted as well. Too little sleep can be the cause of long-term serious illness as you age. So now I'm sure as you did before, which is why you're here, we need a better restful night's sleep. A lot of experts I've seen say 7 to 9 hours is ideal, but I think the ideal time can be a little different for all of us. I know some people that just seem to function well on a little less sleep, like 6 hours, and they're good. I know myself, I do much better on 7 or 8. But of course, we can't all get 7 to 9 hours if we have crazy schedules. Maybe you have, a baby that's up multiple times in the night. But we can do a lot to get the most out of the hours that we do have available for sleep. And I want to cover just a couple important lifestyle things that will help you sleep better too, that may or may not be on your radar yet. The first one is you need to avoid caffeine after noon. Caffeine raises your cortisol levels. Again, cortisol is a hormone. Caffeine throws off your hormonal system, throws off that balance. And if your cortisol levels are high, you're not going to fall asleep. It's like you're in that, fight or flight kind of, you just have too much energy. You're not going to be falling asleep. And the half-life on caffeine is much longer than you may think. It's affecting you hours after you consume it. So I think a good rule of thumb is just not after noon. Stress and electronics, those also increase cortisol. So think about how to manage that. And I'll touch on some essential oils to help you with stress too. But, not looking at electronics late at night. Like I said, I'm keeping my kids off those iPads. It's not good for any of us to be on electronics like right before bed. Avoiding alcohol. This is another big one because you might fall asleep faster, but you're going to wake up more often because metabolizing alcohol interrupts your sleep cycles. Also, eating too late can lead to difficulty sleeping. If your body's working on digesting food, it can interrupt the sleep cycles just like alcohol can. And if you're digesting food, your organs aren't working on cleansing, like I talked a little bit about a minute ago. A lot of nutrition experts will tell you, stop eating 2 to 3 hours before bed. I'm sure you've heard that, right? Don't eat after 7 p.m. or something like that. And a lot of times I feel like that's marketed as a weight loss solution, but I do think it makes sense because it's just good for sleep. It's good for your whole body. So your body can be working on repairing and not, keeping you awake and working on digesting food really late at night. Another lifestyle tip is to ensure a good night's sleep is to, just make sure your bedroom is dark. It's not too warm. It's ideal for sleep. So that's another one that hopefully you're working on. Okay, the fun part. How can essential oils support you? Let's dig into that. So the first one is managing stress. I want to talk about that because stress is one of the biggest reasons we can't get to sleep, right? Stress increases our cortisol. I just talked about that, our fight or flight hormone, and we're on high alert. And then you couple that with caffeine or sugar, and you're really going to have issues falling asleep. How can you use essential oils to manage your stress? Well, I love this balance grounding blend that I have on the slide here. There are various blends, even single oils that are calming, that definitely will help. But my favorite happens to be Balance grounding blends. That's what I'm recommending. I like to use this essential oil topically and aromatically. So I recommend you actually put a drop on the bottoms of your feet in the morning and night. Bottoms of your feet, the oil is going to absorb really effectively. It helps to lessen feelings of stress and anxiety. So if you get into the regular routine of using Balance, you will notice a difference in your stress level, the stress that you're feeling, which will affect your sleep. So you can keep Balance with you as well during the day. So you can apply it to your wrists or diffuse it as you need to. Maybe you have a really stressful day at work, so have it with you. And remember that's what's happening throughout your day is actually affecting your ability to sleep at night. If you meditate, which is, can also be a really helpful lifestyle tip, and I know that's getting more and more popular. They're saying even 5 minutes a day has been, shown to make a really big difference in your stress level. You can add Balance to your meditation practice too. So using that when you're meditating can really help ground you and lock in those benefits. So some other great essential oils for calming and stress relief. The Elevation Joyful Blend. I love that one. Lavender's great. White fir, ylang ylang, cedarwood, vetiver. Like I said, there's a lot of oils that work really well. But because Balance works so well for me, I'm suggesting you use this one on a daily basis. Now, to actually fall asleep and stay asleep, the one blend that I recommend above the others is the Serenity Restful Blend. Of course, you can just use lavender if that works for you, as my son does every night. I talked about that before. But I love Serenity because it not only has lavender, but it also has cedarwood and vetiver, Roman chamomile, sandalwood, ylang ylang, all of the oils that I just mentioned that are really good for grounding and calming. They're already all included in this blend. How do you use Serenity? I use it internally, topically, and aromatically. So to use it internally, I just suggest you use the soft gels that I have pictured here because they're already put together for you in a supplement form. The oil's already there. Super easy to take internally. Otherwise, you can use the doTERRA veggie caps. Pop those apart, add 2 drops of oil, pop it back together, and take it internally as a supplement as well. You take Serenity internally 30 minutes before you go to bed. And then use Serenity topically as well. Use the oil topically. I keep the Serenity oil on my nightstand. I add a drop to the bottoms of my feet before bed. And you can also put a drop on the back of your neck or your wrists, whatever you'd like. But again, I like the bottoms of the feet because I think it soaks in really well. And then I don't really worry as much about diluting it because my skin is less sensitive there. So using the soft gels and the oil topically together was shown in a study to have a big impact on sleep quality and waking up more refreshed. doTERRA is actually working on getting this study published right now, so we'll be able to share a little bit more after that of all the details. But it was shown to be really effective. And like I said, unlike sleep prescriptions or over-the-counter drugs or things, you don't wake up drowsy or have other funny side effects when you use essential oils. I also like to diffuse Serenity because I love the scent. You can add 3 to 5 drops to your diffuser and start that before you go to bed. You could add a drop to your pillow. That's a great way for kids to benefit too. I know a lot of parents have trouble getting their kids to sleep. You can try Serenity, or you can just try lavender. My 8-year-old son, again, he has the Touch bottle of lavender. So that's the pre-diluted bottle. So it's super safe for him, right on his nightstand. And he just uses it every night on the back of his neck. Just one swipe on the back of his neck. He even travels with it. He puts it right with his toothbrush. It gets packed. But again, the bottoms of the feet are a great place to add a drop of essential oil for little ones. Otherwise, I really just love diffusing for them too. So diffusing in their bedrooms can be great. Other ways to use essential oils for calming in the evening, unwinding, add a drop of lavender or Roman chamomile to chamomile tea. Remember, essential oils are 50 to 70 times stronger than herbs. So you're going to benefit more from using essential oils. So those are great to add to tea. You can add a few drops of lavender or Serenity to a bath in the evening too. So clearly this little kiddo is not actually taking a bath, but I thought it was so cute that I included it. Adding a cup of Epsom salt is great too. Add that to your bath. It's great for cleansing, calming the body. It's also really good for sore or tight muscles. So if you're feeling a lot of stress or, just worked some muscles, definitely add that Epsom salt. That's a little tip. I know we don't always have time for a bath. It's kind of a nice, maybe on the weekend we'll have time. But when you can, it's a great way to wind down. Again, you can add a couple drops of lavender to a bath even for your kids. So that will really help them calm down as well. Like I said, I keep the bottle of Serenity oil right on my nightstand. You can even inhale right out of the bottle. That's an effective way to use oils aromatically as well. So if you're the type who wakes up in the middle of the night, you can't get back to sleep, you can simply breathe in the oil, and you don't even need to have to, turn the light on. So it's super simple. I've done that a few times and had a lot of success with that. Just a note, if you're waking up consistently at 3 a.m., this is a sign that your liver is congested. According to Chinese medicine, kind of what we know about what's going on as you sleep and about what time the different organs are working. So if that's you, please reach out to me and I'll give you some more details on the group cleanse. That's beginning next Monday, March 20th. Cleansing is really going to help you and will likely be the most effective for the long term to prevent that middle of the night waking. So keep that in mind. One more important oil that I want to talk about for quality sleep. What if you're sick? You've got some, seasonal changes that are bothering you, making you congested. Breathe Respiratory Blend is the oil for you. This is one of my favorites for that. So Breathe contains eucalyptus, and it really helps to open the airways so you can breathe. That's why it's called Breathe. And therefore, get a good night's sleep. This is a great one for kids too. So you dilute Breathe. I would definitely dilute it. Drop, one drop into a couple drops of fractionated coconut oil, maybe a half teaspoon or so of fractionated coconut oil, and you can apply it to your chest, the bottoms of your feet, or diffuse it in your bedroom, and it'll really help you sleep through the night. So pulling it all together, here's what a daily routine looks like with essential oils. Of course, keep in mind the other lifestyle suggestions I covered at the beginning. But in the morning, apply balance to the bottoms of your feet And throughout the day, use balance or lavender to calm and keep your cortisol levels in check. In the evening, diffuse serenity or lavender. You can have a cup of tea with a drop of lavender or Roman chamomile. That's really helpful. Or add a few drops of oil to a bath if you're lucky enough to be able to take a bath. Then 30 minutes before bed, take 2 Serenity soft gels. Right before bed, put a drop of Balance and a drop of Serenity on the bottoms of your feet. You can definitely use both together. And you can also diffuse Serenity or lavender in your bedroom if you'd like to. So this is kind of my, routine on a daily basis. And I know once you get into this routine, you're going to notice huge improvements in how well rested you are. You're just going to feel better. The benefits are real. Better moods, more productivity, again, better decision making, less sugar and carb cravings. These are all pieces of that big puzzle that start to align when you use essential oils to support you and you just feel better. How do you get your hands on these oils? The most cost-effective way to buy doTERRA is to buy a kit. And kits are just the most popular oils put together for the biggest savings. When you buy a kit, you get a wholesale membership for free. Just kind of like that, Costco or Sam's Club membership. It means you get 25% off all of your doTERRA purchases for the entire next year. So it's a really nice membership. There are multiple kits available, but tonight I really want to highlight the Aroma Touch Diffused Kit. And that's the one I have shown here. Because you get balance, you get lavender, as well as 6 other oils that you're going to use all the time. I'm going to teach you how to use them. But my favorite part is that you get the diffuser and the fractionated coconut oil, so you can start using oils topically and aromatically right away. And the kit is just $150 plus tax and shipping. So it's really well priced. It's a fantastic deal for the oils that this includes, plus the diffuser. It's a really great deal. I know you're going to love having these in your home. And not to mention, you have me to reach out to with questions. I'm going to make sure you have all the education you need and you know how to use these oils effectively. So there's a bunch on that list, and I'm going to make sure you know how to use them. Because they don't do you any good if they just sit on the shelf, right? You're not going to be teaching other people about them and get excited and, have the experiences that we've had if you don't know how to use them. So that's what I'm really passionate about. When you sign up with a doTERRA account by this Friday, March 17th, I'm going to send you a pack of 3 supersized samples of my favorite essential oils that don't come in this kit. So I'm going to include the Slim and Sassy Metabolic Blend. I talked about that one. That one's awesome for sugar cravings. I'm going to include the Serenity Restful Blend. So that'll be great to try out Serenity and lavender, see which one works for you and which one is your favorite. And also the Breathe Respiratory Blend, because that one is so helpful to get a restful night's sleep. So I'm going to include 3 supersized samples of those 3 essential oil blends. So don't miss out on that. Again, that's when you sign up by Friday. So how do you sign up? Just hit reply to the email that you'll get tomorrow with this recording. You'll get that in your inbox tomorrow morning. Otherwise, you can email me. So my address is right on the screen. You can always message me on Facebook too and find me there. But just hit reply if you're ready to jump on the phone. I'd love to talk you through suggestions for the best oils to start with to meet your needs so you can get some great benefits. Don't forget the cleanse begins next Monday too. So hopefully you're looking forward to that. I know I am. Hope that you'll be joining us. So have a wonderful night. I'm going to check and see if I see any questions that have come up. I've got 5 minutes to spare here in our 30 minutes, but I'd love to answer any questions that you have. So if you've got anything, wait a minute. Otherwise, you can always message me on Facebook or email me as well, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have. So I don't see anything. So have a great night. Again, thanks so much for joining me. It really is an honor to have you guys coming. Have a great night.